Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. We know that many mitzvahs of the Torah have a much deeper meaning to it, and at the same time, it's also a lesson on how to serve Hashem. So, for example, the mitzvah of shchita. The mitzvah of shchita is that if you want to eat meat, the way to allow yourself to eat the meat is if it goes through the process of shchita to shecht, an animal, shecht a chicken, and only if it's done properly, the food, the meat, the chicken is kosher. It's interesting that the Gemara in Masechta Sanhedrin, Daf Mem Gimel Amud Beis, uses the word, the type of act of shchita as an avodah of how one deals with the Yetzer Hara. The Gemara says, Kol ha'zarveach es yitzroi. Anybody who slaughters, zarveach is shchita. Anybody who shechts his Yetzer Hara, u'mizvada olav, and confesses and says vidui, Maila olav akasuv, the pasuk considers it, the Torah considers it, ki'ilu kibde lakadosh baruch hu b'shnei elamais. It's as if you honored Hashem in many worlds, in both worlds. So the point I want to bring out from the Gemara is somehow, for some reason, the milchama, the ongoing struggle that a person has with the Yetzer Hara, the victory over the Yetzer Hara is described in a way of shchita, slaughtering the Yetzer Hara. What's the significance of connecting it to the act of shchita? We do find sometimes that it's called, the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos, and we find koivesh yitzrei, conquering the Yetzer Hara. But yet, there, as mentioned before in Gemara Sanhedrin, we call it zoiveach es yitzrei. So there is a lesson that one could learn from the mitzvah of shchita of how to tackle, how to deal with the Yetzer Hara. So I saw a beautiful interpretation, a beautiful pshat in a sefer, actually in the Akdama of the sefer, and I'd like to share this with you. There are 5 iker dinim in shchita. The 5 dinim of shchita, and which if the shchita went through properly, these 5 things are on the checklist. The shchita is kosher. What are the 5 dinim? The 5 dinim are like this. There is shia. Shia means that you can't do it slowly. You're not allowed to let it wait. You got to cut through the simanim the way you're supposed to. There's drasa. Drasa is instead of cutting, shechting, you crushed it. You pressed hard on it and busted it. That's disqualifying. Then there is chalada. Chalada is where instead of like we know shchita, where you cut it through, you like poked it in and it went under the simanim. It was there wasn't visible. The knife wasn't always visible, doing its job. Then there is hagrama. Hagrama is where you shecht, but you didn't shecht in the place where the halacha says you should shecht. That's the vital places that kills the animal. You shechted somewhere else. And then there is ikur. The ikur is if you shecht with a knife, but the knife is loaded with blemishes, or it doesn't have to be loaded with blemishes. It's not crystal clear. It's not sharp. If it's not a sharp knife, that's ikur. It's like poking. So these are the 5 dinim that make a kosher shchita. Again, shia, drasa, chalada, hagrama, and ikur. So let's take those 5 halachas and see how would you interpret this? How will this apply when you're shechting the Yetzer Hara? He says like this, a beautiful pshat. Shia means don't drag it out. The slaughtering of the animal, you're not allowed to drag out. You got to do it and move on, because for many reasons. So the same is with the Yetzer Hara. With the Yetzer Hara is you have a problem. You see that he's trying to convince you to do bad. Don't keep on pushing it off. Fight it head on. Deal with the Yetzer Hara and deal it with the midah of zrizus, being swift. Drasa means you're not pushing the knife side to side. You're crushing the simanim. This is also at the same time as I just said, you should do it quickly. Deal with the problem, but you got to do it with menschlichkeit. You got to do it in an orderly fashion. Just to bombard the Yetzer Hara, that doesn't work. You have to do it, and do it not by crushing it, but by being v'shachat umashach, as the Chassidus also says, deal with it, but deal with it in a swift way. The third thing is chalada. Chalada is that at one time the knife wasn't always visible. The knife got under a piece of the skin. That's also teaching you how to deal with the Yetzer Hara. When the Yetzer Hara tries to seduce a person to do an Aveira in any way, shape, or form, so a Yid has to always be victorious and fight the Yetzer Hara in all matters. In all matters, meaning to say, not only in public matters, not only things that are visible. If you're only doing it in your home and it's not visible to everybody else, then that's a problem. Just like the knife and the shchita, it always has to be visible. It can't get stuck in a place where it's surrounded with some of the body parts of the animal. So the fighting of the Yetzer Hara has to be in such a way that it is always known to all, to yourself, and to all in all ways that you're fighting the Yetzer Hara. Hagrama means when you shecht the animal, you shecht the chicken, but you don't shecht it in the right place. What is that? The significance in the war against the Yetzer Hara and the shchita of the Yetzer Hara? When you want to tackle the Yetzer Hara, you got to be smart. You put yourself in a position where it's in the right place. Not every place you go to is suitable, is enticing enough to overcome the struggles of the Yetzer Hara. If a person goes in a very tempting place where it's full of gashmias and it's smacking you in the face, and then you're going to try to fight the Yetzer Hara there, that's not smart. It has to be in the Mokim Ashchita, in a place where it's easy to get the Yetzer Hara. And Ikur means that the knife has to be sharp. There shouldn't be any pigam in the knife. That could be interpreted in many other ways. That could be interpreted that, of course, don't let it become pogum. A person should never allow the Yetzer Hara to overtake you. If the Yetzer Hara overtakes you, as we say in the nusach by Sfira So'emer, that we say over there, we want Hashem to clean us mikol pgam, from any blemish. So we are asking that nothing the Yetzer Hara does should cause us a blemish. But I think there's one more level here. The next level is, even if you're going to fight the Yetzer Hara, don't let it be with a personal motive. I want to be called rabbi. I want to be I want to be the great guy. That alone, even though you might win it, but that's a pagam, that causes a blemish. And here we see how the mitzvah of shchita with its dinim, how it's interpreted, and the way a person could serve Hashem.